More comic book and manhwa fans, rejoice! There's a lot of new titles to look forward to in 2022. Fresh new talent pours into the industry each year. We can expect a plethora of new manhwas and manhwas to flood the markets to feed our appetite for our next top favorite series. As with every year, there has been much chaos as everyone tries to decide what is going to be the worth keeping an eye on, or simply dumping. So everybody, stick to this video because we will provide you some of the best titles. This one didn't disappoint at all. But before we begin, be sure to hit that subscribe button so it can motivate me to make daily top 10s. Number 10. Estio. Basically, it's a Disney princess story in a manhwa form, but instead of a princess, it's a prince. The story is really great. Are you the one who called me? A black-haired beast looking at him with glowing yellow eyes. It's okay, it won't hurt me. You'll be okay. Estio was born as the youngest son of a farmer, but everyone hated him. He was a child who could read the hearts of people and animals, and a cursed child. He finally turned 19, and it was now time for his coming-of-age ceremony. Now starts Estio's journey to find happiness. The storyline seems to be one where it makes you feel bad, but then it makes you bond with some characters that you will stick around to read. Number 9. Return of the Broken Constellation. The art is nice, but it isn't anything absolutely stunning, but that also fits with the genre with muted colors. That fight scenes and detail were also really nice and got the feeling through. A lowly human who ascended to the position of a god, Twilight of the Gods, after becoming infamous as an unpleasant god, he lost his constellation, belief, divine authority, and everything. His holiness was cut off and his holy power disappeared. I like to work, but I'd like you to work with me. That's when the master of the netherworld, Thanatos, offered his hand. This is like a really dungeon kind of a constellation type manga that it's for you guys. You gotta check this one out. Number 8. Grand General. Stop there, Grand General! The omniscient master, the mentor of the emperor, and the teacher of the royal guards. He had a path to follow even if it meant abandoning his title as the strongest in history. He walked as he was hit by the wind. His old appearance and white hair was nowhere to be seen. All that was left was a young man with flowing pitch black hair. I am called League Wald. I will not be restricted. I will roam the world like the wind. The smell of tea will cleanse the body world. With the bloody world, of course. It's a pretty nice manga, to be honest. Number 7. Quest Supremacy. Basic Korean-style loser gets powers, but its quest is pretty boring and generic. This one starts really good. I think this will be a very good manhwa. It's interesting as well. Kim Soo-yeon is an ordinary high schooler who isn't good at studying, fighting, or being attractive. Suddenly he's faced with the quest window right in front of his eyes. After being given the powers of a game system out of nowhere, how will our hero confront the challenges ahead of him? Overall, you should bookmark this to read. Number 6. Hoarding Hell. I really like the storyline to some. I'm definitely overestimating this manga, but to me it was absolutely amazing. I'm usually not very spoiled about the art quality or format, but this manhwa was one of those detailed webtoons that's becoming more and more popular these days. Kang Hyun-mo is a dirt poor man whose dreams of becoming a hunter were torn apart. One day he was dreaming of getting rich quick. Something appeared in front of him. What? He'll now be monopolizing items and skills in the future Earth overrun with monsters? Well, damn. The story isn't special, usually weak to strong story, but you can find basically, something in it that's pretty much everywhere else. But I still recommend it because it's decent. Number 5. Adventures of an Undead Who Became Platinum. The plot is original. It's quite unique, to be honest. It's actually pretty good and stress-relieving manhwa. Humility, integrity, compassion, valor, justice, sacrifice, honor, faith. He's a lich. However, he's a knightly. He is a lich, but he keeps his faith in the light, fearless in the face of the enemy. Loyal and upright, he fights to the death. Why, you may ask? Because protecting the weak is not against the law of the world. The overall concept of the story is also very unique. Plus, the main character's personality makes it even more amazing. Number 4. Sovereign of Judgment. This novel is incredibly good. It has a normal genre tropes of being invaded by aliens using a game system, but the writing itself has so much depth to it. In grade 6, Choi Hyuk kills someone. He then promised his mother that he would never fight again. He spent his school days being bullied and blankly staring out the window. One day, a ring appeared in the middle of a classroom. Choi Hyuk, now a high schooler who has spent his whole life atoning for his sins, was now faced with a decision: to kill or die. You gotta read this one to find out. Number 3. Above the Heavens. Wow, this manga is just so good. Zo Ming-yu, a college student who possesses the bizarre power called Tiango, which is targeted by various powerful forces in the warlock world in order to eradicate the influence of Tiango on himself and to find the truth of his father's death, a mysterious incident that happened more than 100 years ago in Kunlun Mountain is unveiled. Its art is actually pretty good, the story is well written, and the world building is also great. Number 2. My Path to Killing Gods in Another World. This is an amazing manga. The story is kinda just a typical manga where the MC is just stronger than other characters just cause he's MC, and so far this is pretty forgettable story. The genius top student played games in an attempt to flirt with girls but was struck by lightning on a rainy day and transported into the world of the game. To survive here, he could only rely on himself. Surrounded by monsters and gods full of dangers, can he still return to his own world and continuing chasing girls? Well, the art is pretty, and some panels are done much better. And some of them are just thrown together like quickly, but it's pretty good. Number 1. The Heavenly Demon destroys the Lich King's Murim. The manga is a good manga out there, one of the best and satisfying mangas. An unknown voice disturbed and disturbed me while I was levitating during my cultivation to reach the transcendent demonic state. My concentration had been broken, and I fell into an unconscious, overloaded state. When I awoke a month later, the Lich King had already taken control of the Murim. After the battle that ended with the destruction of the Heavenly Demon cult, I awoke 140 years later in a Murim where magic and martial arts coexisted. This one is quite good. The MC is a bit naive for a sect leader, but he gets the job done and the art is so good, and so is the story. This one is actually good. That's all for today, and I hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you did, then give this video a like and share it with your friends and your family, and also subscribe for more Top 10. Stay safe and take care. My name is Zita Khan, and I'm the voice of the voiceless. See you next time.